What's up, lovely human beings? This is the 23rd edition of Draft Day, usually involving movies. Today is no different. We're talking about some movies here. We're talking about some Oscars, those big golden guys that get taken out and handed out every year. We're talking about Best Supporting Actor nominees, basically the ones that were awarded in the years 2015 and 2025, but for movies from 2024 till 2024, stuff like that here, or 25. I don't know. Years are confusing to me. But we're starting from the J.K. Simmons 1 year to the last year that was one. So we got a great panel here. Some people that know a thing or two about maybe some Oscars, some good movies here. A man who's seen every single movie that could be nominated here, Dan Skip Allen. What up, Dan?
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be on Jordan. I've been wanting to come on one of these for a while. I'm glad you asked me, and hopefully I'm going to have a good time.
Speaking of people that love to have a good time, Steve Mesa, how you doing?
Well, I just have to say it is phenomenal to be here tonight. So I am looking forward to drafting some Best Supporting Actor nominees, and yeah, let's do this.
He's on the draft shows a lot here. Jacob Barber, the Beefcake, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We should start a new side game called How Long Into the Video Until Chris Diaz is in the Chat.
Not long at all. Steven, how you doing?
1 minute.
All right.
Oh, cool. All right, great intro. So we're gonna go one by one here. We've already spun the order off here. I'll go Dan, then myself, then Steve, then Jacob, then Steven. 5 rounds, 10 rounds, 42 rounds. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know if that math even makes sense. But Dan, you are the one that drew first here. Well, technically Steven chose first, but he will tail end it because he gets that kind of sneaky snake double draft. Because we're gonna sneaky snake it. But Dan, you do get dibs though. So who is the number one person you want to snatch before anyone else can?
Yeah, I could go with some of the winners, but I'm gonna go with somebody that I thought deserved to win. It just happens he came out in a year that somebody gave one of the great best supporting performances of all time. And a movie that some people are kind of iffy on and other people like, but I like the director and I like the actor. And so I kind of wanted to pick him first. And when I saw this category, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go with Ethan Hawke for Boyhood.
Go on.
Boyhood, no, I'm a big fan of Boyhood. And I know some people, this Boyhood, this whole movie, they didn't like the whole gimmick of the movie. I thought the gimmick of the movie was pretty cool. Ethan Hawke is well overdue for some kind of award. He's gotten nominated this year for Best Actor for Blue Moon. We'll see what happens. I doubt he's going to win, but the guy's an amazing actor. He's been doing it for close to 40 years. I think, what was it? The one with Robin Williams and the boys in
Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, Dead Poet Society. That one, I remember him from that one way back when. So, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Ethan Hawke, so I wanted to pick him first. Whether this is one a lot of people like or not, I don't know. I just liked it.
No, understandable here. There's lots of great things that we could choose from nominees to winners. Obviously, it doesn't have to be winners. For me, though, it will be a winner. It's the first potential winner on our board. I put J.K. Simmons' Boyhood. Shit, I was thinking of your thing.
Boyhood.
J.K. Simmons' Whiplash is what I am referring to here.
Yeah, I gave it to you. I let you have it.
He is the ultimate bad guy, but not necessarily bad guy. He's just a determined teacher here that a little bit of a bad guy, He will curse you, might even physically assault you, but he's looking for that brilliance here and to bring it out of Miles Teller. I love the ending sequence here. It's one of my favorite endings too, the little back and forth between them, the final smirk of J.K. Simmons. Also was in the short film too that inspired this. So J.K. Simmons, I'm glad to see him get some love because he's always been one of those character actors that has always done really great, and this is finally something that he finally got that recognition for. Steve, what you got?
My first pick is going to be Mahershala Ali for Moonlight.
Wow, you guys are taking all the ones I have on my list.
He is a drug dealer in the Liberty City in Miami, and he's basically the surrogate father to the little boy, and he just basically he dominates the first act of the movie. He just basically disappears after the first act, but he really takes hold of he really is captivating in everything that he's done in that performance. Especially my favorite scene, which is very heartbreaking, is when he's talking to Tyrone, and he's like, do you hate me because I'm gay? And he's like, no, I don't. And he just has a little confrontation. And him with Janae Monáe are wonderful together as a couple. So yeah, Mahershala Ali for Moonlight.
Jacob, what you thinking?
Yeah, J.K. like once we switched the year to include the year earlier, J.K. Simmons would have been my first pick if he was still available. So it's already starting. I hate you, Jordan.
And I gave it to him. I could have taken that one. But
yeah, I knew that one wasn't safe. That's just a great performance. I'm gonna go with somebody who I thought should have won, and that's Sylvester Stallone in Creed. I think he is just absolutely fantastic. Probably his best performance in the Rocky movie, one of his best performances. Period. I think he's. Yeah, I can't speak on it because I haven't seen who won? Mark Rylance, right? I haven't seen that, so I can't speak on that performance. Yeah, so I can't speak on that. Say no, Sylvester Stallone should have won, but I do think
I will. Sylvester should have won.
He should have won.
Right. You're like my fourth favorite in that list.
He should have won. He should have won.
Yeah,
well,
we all agree with it.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to speak on it. Like if I haven't seen it, so like,
no, you're fine.
Like, that's just unfair for me to do. So, the fact that I've heard a lot of people say it though, like it just kind of to back up the performance. So, yeah.
Steven, what you thinking?
Well, my number one was just taken, so I'll go with my number two.
You could have went first.
Yeah, I know, but I knew that was a calculated risk on my part. But so I'll go with my number two, which is Sam Rockwell in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
That would have been my next. That
was my next pick, Steven. So.
Oh well, then I guess I wouldn't have gotten either way.
But yeah, this is one of my favorite movies, and Sam Rockwell. You know, the journey his character goes through in this movie, I think, is a really fascinating one because, you know, for much of the movie, he's a really kind of a detestable character, but you know, but what happens to him throughout the movie is really interesting. Also, the relationship that even develops between him and Frances McDormand is great, and yeah, it's one of my favorite performances of the last 10 years.
Heck yeah! We're now going to go to Steven. What's your next pick?
You know what? Why not? My next choice would be also from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I thought Woody Harrelson was just as great as Sam Rockwell. And you know, his character learns what he's got, and then how his story ends, which is a moment that is shocking in the movie. And yeah, I think it's one of Woody Harrelson's best performances too, and that's saying a lot because he's had a really great and varied career.
All right, Steven deciding that none of us were able to like 3 Billboards, but him tonight. Jacob.
I love that. That was my pick to win Best Picture that year. I thought 3 Billboards was fantastic.
I mean, it's really close for me. That and Blade Runner 2049 were both kind of tied as my favorite movie of that year.
So yeah, got to pivot from Sam Rockwell. Give me Ke Huy Quan from Everything Everywhere
Son of a bitch.
All at Once. What a return for him. He was fantastic, and kind of playing different characters too, like from the multiverse. I love this return for him. Hasn't quite hit that magic in his previous case.
Someone didn't see The Electric State.
You're right. I didn't.
Okay.
But
or
no.
Love. What was the love one that he did last year?
Love Hurts.
Oh yeah, Love Hurts, which actually
Love
to me
Hurts.
is worse than Electric State.
But, no, he's fantastic in this, and I was glad to see him win. The movie's great, and he's a big part of that. So, yeah, I'm happy with my first 2 picks so far.
Steve.
I am gonna go with Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Tobias, I didn't see it.
It's just the fact. I think what everything that Daniel Kaluuya does is just really tremendous. He plays the Black Panther chairman, Fred Hampton, and everything he does, he just has a coolness. It's a charisma that doesn't like overwhelm you, or it doesn't feel like it's like over the top. It's just enough. He delivers enough magnetic a magnetic performance where you just believe that is him, and I think he definitely deserves the Oscar for that. Though there's an argument in which I think him and Lakeith should have put Lakeith in the lead actor, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, I'm going with Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah.
I was say I wonder if you're gonna pull a Steven Shepard later. Steal the other one. So hey, speaking of coolness, my next nominee or my next pick for the draft will be also right in the cool category. Bradley Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood here. Really fun character here that we're supposed to be getting a follow-up to with Fincher. Holy shit, is that gonna be cool? At least hopefully. But yeah, it's crazy, man. So yeah, just really fun. A great example of a coaster, kind of in some scenes takes over, but just really fun play by Brad Pitt. Who kind of walks a really fine line of cool and also a little bit of mystery too. His segues on the farm are very cool, as well as the ending sequence where he destroys people with a can of dog food. Dan, what you got next? So you're about to do a double ski here.
Yeah, you guys know I'm from Boston. Everybody knows I'm a Beantown guy, even though
From
I live
Boston.
in
Duncan, right?
Yeah, Duncan. I actually am I'm a Catholic. I'm a non-practicing Catholic, but when I grew up in Boston, I went to Catholic school in the Boston Diocese, and the Boston Diocese ended up with some controversy in the early 2000s, and there's a little bit movie called Spotlight that kind of shed a light on what some priests were doing. And one of the guys in that movie that were nominated for Best Supporting Actor was Mark Ruffalo. He played a character named Michael Resendez, and I'll tell you what, he is fantastic in that movie. He just has he has so much power in his performance that in a movie that really meant a lot to me, because it was something. I mean, I moved out of that area, but I lived in a town and I went to a church that was involved in the Boston Diocese. And so it really hit hard for me what was going on in that movie. I probably watch it once a year ever since it came out. And he is amazing in that movie, Mark Ruffalo. So that's what I'm going to go for.
What else are you thinking?
And then I've lived in Florida for quite a while now, and anybody that's driven down I-4, the I-4 corridor in Florida back in the day, or because it's not there anymore, you remember these hotels that are off to the side of I-4, these purple hotels. How did you know that?
I can piece together the clues here. I can piece together what you're going.
I mean, I thought it was obvious too.
And you knew what was across the highway on the other side was Disney World, and it's got these people that are living in these hotels week to week and stuff. And then you got Disney World. Everybody's bringing their money, their kids, their family. And it's like this dichotomy. Willem Dafoe as the guy that was running the hotel, I really just loved him in that. I thought if he was going to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, it was going to be that year. And I don't know who he lost to, but I thought he was amazing in that movie. And those kids and some of those people were real people. They weren't even actors, And that's Sean Baker. We all know years later he would go win 4 Oscars for Honora. So, he's a good filmmaker. But so I went from my old home of Massachusetts to my new home of Florida.
Yeah, this was the year Sam Rockwell won. So yeah, it was a close race.
Defoe had a shot, but Rockwell knocked it out of the park. You mentioned Mark Ruffalo. I'm not a big Mark Ruffalo fan, and that's why I should win the Oscar, because I lied. That was acting, because I'm choosing Foxcatcher. Also with Mark Ruffalo. I think he's great. I think he's a completely different human being. He's got the different haircut here, as the good coach compared to where Steve Carell's coming from here. The very human part of the movie here, then is based on a true character, based on a true story here. And the ending is very tragic here. But I thought he was again Ruffalo showing all shades here. Like I really liked the Mickey 17. I think he played a fun, crazy character in that. But he can play everything. Spotlight's a great performance here too. Very different performances but yeah, Ruffalo's great.
He's a real guy.
I chose him for Foxcatcher.
Yeah, he played a real guy.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, he's really good at playing real people evidently. I don't even know if they're even close to the real person counterpart.
No, they were.
They work well.
I remember I remember that whole story, Jordan. Oh, what a tragedy.
Oh, that was in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was such a tragic story. That whole thing.
Steve,
that's why Jeff Gordon couldn't have. He didn't want DuPont on the side of his cars anymore. After that, he got rid of DuPont on the side because it didn't happen. Yeah, because that was
that happened in Newtown Square. I live near, not too far from Newtown Square.
So you could have done something, Stephen. Sorry, Steve, what you got?
If you're talking, you're muted.
Mesa. Again, muted.
He's muted. He's coming.
Sorry.
No, he is.
Who would have thought that a toy line would be nominated for an Oscar? I am going for Ryan Gosling as Ken.
Damn it! You guys are taking all of mine.
Just the fact that it's also a commentary on us guys and the guy culture and how toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is affecting the world of Barbie. I just thought it was a very intriguing twist on what Greta Gerwig was doing, especially kind of Ryan Gosling being the antagonist. If we're really thinking about it, he's really being the bad guy in the story. The Casa Dojo Mojo House, we are Ken. I mean, I'm just Ken, just music and all. Not much more to say.
The good one.
All right, Jacob, what do you say?
Jacob's
I had to think about it. That was my pick. I think that's a great performance. I love the Oscar the performance of the Oscars too. That was great.
Fantastic.
I'm torn between a couple. I don't know if Steven's gonna take one of them, so I'm gonna take the one that I think Steven might take. I'm gonna take Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer.
Smart one.
He hasn't made a lot of. He wasn't making a lot of great choices after Endgame. I'm looking at you, Doolittle. So it was nice to see him come back and just give like a masterclass performance. Like he absolutely deserved the. Like it was his. Like sure, Ryan Gosling might have been like the more fun performance for me personally, but like I think the better performance and the more deserving performance is RDJ. So, but you can't go wrong with either of them. I would have liked him, Ryan. Whatever, Steve.
Oh, Steve. Then Shepard, what's your pick?
Actually,
we're out of 3 Billboards actors. Peter Dinklage not getting nominated. Neither did Caleb Landry Jones. So you got to choose a different movie.
I think Robert Downey Jr. probably would have been my next one. That's funny. So I'll go with Al Pacino in The Irishman. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but like that first 40 minutes of that movie, I wasn't really that into it. But once Pacino arrives as Hoffa, right? That's when the movie starts to come alive, and and Pacino is just really great, and it's a one of his certainly one of the best performances that he's given in the last 20 years, maybe even more. So,
he's good in Dead Man's Wire. I recommend Dead Man's Wire if you guys haven't seen it.
That actually briefly played in my theater, but I missed it, unfortunately. And I guess after that, I will go with, let's see, what's a movie that has a ton of great performances. So it's kind of it's too bad that the Oscars don't have a best ensemble category the way SAG does, because everyone in this movie is great. But the one that was nominated was Sacha Baron Cohen in The Trial of Chicago 7.
I thought that was safe. Ah, that was the one.
Yeah, he's so phenomenal. I'm not like his. I mean, Borat was funny, but I'm not like the biggest fan of his. But
I'm not my wife.
He's great in that movie. So yeah.
All right, Jacob. Well, you can't have that. I also probably would have been mine in a few rounds, but
That was my
so
literally my
comfortable
next
thinking
pick.
about it. What you thinking?
So I guess I wasn't either one of them. Wasn't safe. So no, I'll go with Brendan Gleeson and the band.
Ah, damn.
Oh, now I'm mad because that was my next one. All right,
Yeah.
good shit.
I love this movie. I think yeah. Had Everything Everywhere All at Once not come out. I love this movie. I love his performance. I think he takes the script and just goes with it. I love the interactions between him and Colin Farrell. And it's just such an interesting movie. Like, oh, I just don't want to be friends with you anymore, and so I'm not. And that's the movie, and I think it's so interesting. I think anytime like that in Bruges, I think those two just work really well together. I'd love to see something else between them fairly soon, because I think they're just fantastic. And just you're welcome.
We just got done talking about that, Steve and I, on Malcolm's Rankum.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I reckon that one might be fairly high.
Like David Schwimmer
No
once said,
spoilers.
I'm not gonna have to pivot. Steve, what you got?
You guys took all the good Mark Ruffalo, so I'm going to take, I think, the last one that we got left, and that's Poor Things. Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things.
Yes.
Was he nominated for that? Holy cow! I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Great performances. Good job, Mark.
Shout out to him for having all three chosen.
It's probably,
and even just making in general.
I mean, between Ryan Gosling and Mark Ruffalo, those guys delivered probably the best comedic. Those two are the best comedic performances of the movie, and I love the clip that gets played around about with Emma Stone, where he's just like, you see a little break in Mark Ruffalo's character, like he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, anyways, it's just he's very profane, he's very misogynistic, and basically just he gets outsmarted by Emma Stone's character, and I just think when the character dynamics favors the women, I always like when the idiot man, it's always kind of like always acting like the man child, that just basically the worst of all men, and Mark Ruffalo is basically all that in Poor Things, but funny.
Right on. My next pick here, maybe a sign of what I'll pick if we do the male actor one sometime soon. But a great supporting actor here, Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction here, is another one that like really owns the scenes that he's in. The final scene between him and Jeffrey Wright, I think, is fantastic here. And again, just was able to kind of run the gamut of really likable. It also shows that he's had his own things that he's had to overcome in the past, just like everyone. And again, I love him in This Is Us, and I was waiting for him to get a really great meaty movie role, and this is one of them. And hopefully he continues to do that here, man. I love me some Sterling K. Dan, what you got?
Yeah. Oh God, American Fiction. What a great, pleasant surprise that movie was. Did not see that one coming. How good it was. Really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go with basically kind of in a way the straight man opposite the funny lady, and that's Richard E. Grant. And Can You Ever Forgive Me? I thought
that was on my list very early. Damn, nice.
I just felt like, man, he was so good opposite Melissa McCarthy in a straight man role, and she's kind of playing it straight a little bit too. And it's just like, okay, this is a guy who's been acting for decades and decades, and he gets his first Oscar nomination after doing yeoman's work for so long, And so I was like, I saw the list, I was like, oh, I love Richard E. Grant in that. So I'm gonna go with that one. That was one I really enjoyed.
I remember at first people were talking about Melissa, but I came out of the movie being like, yeah, Melissa deserves it, but so does Richard E. He's so good in that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What else you got?
my fifth pick. This will be my fifth pick. So, unless you decide to go to more, this is my last pick overall. I'm gonna go with. I got it right here. I just gotta remember what it was. I'm sorry. It's where is it here? Another old guy, a guy who was really kind of the conscience in the movie opposite Bradley Cooper, and that's Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born. I mean, this guy's been doing great work for years and years and years, and it's like, when are we going to reward this guy with something? And I thought he was phenomenal in this movie opposite Bradley Cooper, as is technically his brother, which that's a stretch if you ask me, but we'll say we'll say okay. But yeah, I really enjoyed Sam Elliott, and I'm glad this category in particular, you get some of these older actors that have been acting a long time. They get their kind of flowers, as you guys say, and sometimes they win, sometimes they don't win, but I'm glad to see them get nominations every once in a while.
I like it. Coming up next, hey, Steve, you can't double up because I'm going to do the other Judas Black Messiah nominee in Lakeith Stanfield here. He is the one that is undercover here. He finds at first what seems like an easy way to make a buck, and then ends up being, of course, torn here. And Lakeith Stanfield, I love him on Atlanta, and he's another one that, like, I'm instantly intrigued if his name is on the list of, whatever he's in, and he gets a really good meaty role here. I was actually, when I was looking over the nominations, I was like, oh, I'm surprised. I was actually surprised that he was even in the supporting role, because he is kind of more at the forefront than Kaluuya.
So controversial about that.
As a different kind of meaty role. Yeah, no, that makes sense on paper. I'm probably new at the time, forgotten, remembered again. So, but Lakeith is not fantastic, so he's on the list. So, want him on my list. Steve.
All right. I see what you did there, but it's fair. I would like to share. So I didn't want to grab it, but I want to let people get it. So I was going to get it if you were going to pick it. So next, I'm going to pick up Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami as Sam Cooke. Obviously, there's a lot, like, I tend to favor movies about Miami or the past or the present. So I think for me to begin with Moonlight, I think it's only proper if this is going to be our last one to end with a movie about Miami, especially One Night in which Cassius Clay becomes Muhammad Ali and wins the world title. And then it's Cassius Clay, Malcolm X, and it's Sam Cooke coming together, hanging out, and just waxing philosophy. And Leslie Odom, his history as being in Hamilton helped him get this role, and he just sounds almost exactly like Sam Cooke and has the magnetic presence of Sam Cooke. So it's like almost seeing double. So yes, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami.
All right, we got. I was going to say One Night in Jacob. That sounded dirty. Jacob, what else you got?
No nights in me. Let me go look at my list. I think there's a couple.
Way to be prepared, everybody.
Well,
I mean, they are prepared because they are looking at their list.
No, you look at it when the last person's talking to be ready when the time I get to you. I'm doing graphics and everything, and I'm ready. Jacob?
Let me look at my list.
I'm more mad at Steven now than I am you, so don't worry.
No, I'm going to go with Troy Kotzer and Coda. I think that was a fantastic performance. I think early on in the award season, it was like, yeah, he's going to be nominated, but like, I don't think he was considered the front runner. And then he started to pick up steam, and I was like, I've got Apple. I'll check out Coda. It was getting some decent buzz, and yeah, fantastic movie. He gives a great performance, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's a heartwarming movie. I love the interactions between the family. So yeah, shout out Troy.
Shout out to Steven Shepard. Oh, you want to get your list ready? You son of a bitch.
I mean, you could shout out Troy, but I don't know if he'd hear you or not.
Whoa, that's messed up.
He's good in Rabbit Hole on Netflix. It's a good series on Netflix.
I thought he was.
Is he the dude that's in Primate?
Yeah.
He's in Primate too?
Primate.
Get to it,
Yeah,
Dan.
he's a nasty character in Rabbit Hole, boy.
He's very nice in Primate.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a dad.
He's a gangster in Rabbit Hole.
Oh,
Stay man.
Okay, I was waiting but my next pick will be Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water.
Son of a bitch.
That's a good
But
pick.
yeah, I mean, Jeff Bridges has always been one of my favorites. I was, and so great, kind of almost feel lived in performance, and his great chemistry with the guy who plays his partner. And Hell or High Water is, 2016 was actually was a really good year for movies, and yeah, just I loved Hell or High Water. So, am I going again, or is this just top 5?
I host the show. Go
That's
again.
why I'm asking.
Brown.
6.
Okay.
Another round.
Round 6. One more time.
I will go with Adam Driver and Black Klansman. Just it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but it is one of my favorite Spike Lee movies, and everyone in that movie is great. So yeah.
Hold on a second.
I don't want to be here anymore.
There we go. All right, Jacob. Well, you're still here though, so one more pick.
Steven keeps taking my picks. I guess I'll go with Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I think I think it's a really good performance. I think he, takes on the character of Mr. Rogers really well. He just does really good at taking on his older character. Like he was great in Saving Mr. Banks, and I think it just helps that he's just a really good actor. But between this and then the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, I think shout out to the Mr. Rogers love. Just a good human being, and I think Tom Hanks captured that pretty well. So yeah, I like the pick. I'm just not thrilled that I had to go to my third backup for this round. Whatever.
How about you, Steve?
We're talking about good human beings. Let's talk about a real piece of shit. Let's talk about
I'm
Robert.
right here, Steve.
No, Jacob. I would never talk to you about that. No, never. Talk about Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon as William Hale. He's basically the impetus of where all those massacres start. He's the one that comes into town to basically orchestrate all the murders of the indigenous people where he moves in to get all their oil. He basically orchestrates his nephew Teddy to be able to marry Molly, who was played by Lily Reinhardt, to be even orchestrate her murder as well. So he's basically the puppet master. I mean, the fact that we also get to see Robert De Niro spanking Leonardo DiCaprio, it's like just very, very odd, but kind of like, oh, not surprising. And also just Robert De Niro just kind of like begging his nephew for forgiveness, just while at the same time he's like, no, let me just play him. He's doing like a double-sided thing where he's like playing him, but at the same time he's like trying to please forgive me. I didn't know what I was doing and all that stuff. But like, yeah, has to be probably his strongest performances in year. I think my favorite. It's one of my top 5 De Niro performances from him. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of good performance De Niro. Hey, trust me, I got Godfather, Taxi Driver, got a whole bunch.
I got a weird side question. Does De Niro have money problems? Like, how does he get nominated from this, and then 2 years later is in a movie called like Tin Soldier with Jamie Foxx and a bad wig and Scott Eastwood? Like,
Probably.
Can he not hold off? Like, does he have to like pick any shitty movie?
The
I'm
Alto
so
Knights.
confused.
He's in the Alto Knights this past year. He plays 2 gangsters.
Oh, people hated that, but at least that was like a major director, and I could see that being like, all right, it didn't come together as we hoped. But like, he also does like really bad direct-to-DVD movies too. Like,
Well, remember,
he did one with
it's a really
50 Cent,
weird
doesn't
thing. Yes, he's done a bunch. Like that's what I'm. But like in between, then like other great movies that like make money.
Doesn't
people
he have?
I don't
Doesn't he have a
like
kid
that.
though? Doesn't he have a kid? Right, he has a kid, right?
I
There
don't
you
think
go.
he's got. I don't
You got a new
agree.
Fockers
He's
movie
got a
coming out.
kid. Like it's like he doesn't have any Fokker money coming in still. Like
He's
I
got a
don't
new
know,
one
man. I
coming
feel
out
like
this year.
Coming-
We'll see
yeah,
if it's any
Fokker
good.
Law.
yeah, no.
Fokker in law.
All right, fuck off. It's my pick. I'm going with for a movie that involves having sex with a fish. One of my favorite performances though is from Richard Jenkins, from Shape of Water. He is as much as the other leading actress, kind of again the heart of the movie here. His segues of him, in the diner, having the crush on the other guy there, not knowing. And then just being a really great again like when he's in it, kind of stealing the show a little bit here. Another great character actor that first got his plugs in like the Visitor. A lot of people were surprised he got nominated for that, and I thought he was great in The Shape of Water. So I will be choosing that for my pick here. Dan, your final pick.
All right, my final pick. I'm gonna one up you on the despicable level, Steve, because this guy to me is one of the most despicable human beings, or he plays one of the most despicable human beings in the face of the planet, and he spawned one of the most despicable human beings we're dealing with today, and that's Jeremy Strong, who played Roy Cohn in The Apprentice. He was amazing in the movie, but he played a absolute despicable human being, and he spawned the guy that we're dealing with today. So there you go.
Good one.
What's that?
Would
one
you say,
more
Steve?
round? All right, Dan. One more round. Go.
Oh God, I didn't have anything planned for another round.
Too bad. Pick somebody. Come on.
Damn it. Let me look in the list here. I apologize. I thought we were done after 6 rounds.
No, come on. Come on. There's plenty to choose from.
Let me see. All right, we'll go with, here we go. Edward Norton and A Complete Unknown. I thought he was really good in this movie. I didn't know Edward Norton could sing, and he really became that old-fashioned folk singer that helped develop Bob Dylan into what we all know Bob Dylan is today. So I thought Edward Norton was really good in that role. That's just off the top of my head is the first thing that came to. I was like, I'll pick Edward Norton. I like him. He got robbed, by the way. He should have beat Cuba Gooding Jr. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He got robbed for Primal Fear. It should not have been Cuba Gooding Jr. that year.
Show me the money. I'm fine with it.
No.
Stop yelling at me. My next and final pick here, or is it now? This will actually be the final pick. We'll go with Christian Bale from The Big Short here. I like what Adam Kay has done these last few movies. And Big Short, I think is right. I like Big Short and Vice a lot here. Actually, might almost thought about the other Vice nomination that's available. But yeah, I think Christian Bale again, playing a little bit of a different character than he's seen in other things here. I love his drumming sequences because that's just kind of what gets his juices flowing here. Some really good dialogue here, and again, a really good foursome too. Well as Jeremy Strong, also fun, also side performance from him as well. So I was glad to see him getting a bigger shout out in The Apprentice, one of those other great character actors. But yeah, Christian Bale, one of my favorites here, and The Big Short's a good one here. Again, maybe brought up in the Best Actor one later this month. Steve?
I'm going to go with the winner of the Best Supporting Actor last year, Kieran Culkin, for A Real Pain. I really adore his performance because, it is something that I think we can all relate, that we have that cousin that always is kind of awkward and very, very annoying, and he's always the best part of. You wish he had some of the best parts that you wish you had, and it's easy relatable, and I think he basically encapsulate that in his performance, and I think there's also some real pain being hidden behind his magnetism, because he's also sharing loss in terms of why they're going over there to Poland for their grandmother to spread their grandmother's ashes, and I think I think he definitely deserves that award for that portrayal, even if it's not as showy as the other performances that came out that year. I really do believe he really deserved that statuette from last year.
It's a good role. I thought Eisberg was really good as well. Jacob?
Yeah, see, now I'm torn because it's the final round, and like there's a couple that I'm torn between. But I'm gonna go with Brian Tyree Henry from Causeway. I thought he gave a really solid performance. I was surprised to see that it got nominated because it was just like there's nothing about it that like blows you away. It's like, oh my gosh, but like it's just I really enjoyed the movie a lot more than I thought I would. His performance, him and uh, Jennifer Lawrence,
Jennifer Lawrence.
and yeah, their unlikely friendship. I thought, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a well deserved nomination. So yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah! Shout out to 2/3 of the cast of Atlanta being brought up tonight. Steven.
Oh, I'm gonna go with I think an underrated performance, even though he was nominated. So I guess I can't really complain too much about it being underrated. But the movie is definitely underrated, and that's Robert Duvall and The Judge. Um,
he was
I
great.
yeah, just it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a movie that even though it does have one subplot that was kind of like, I don't know why they would go there, but still, it's a great movie, and Robert Duvall is great, and yeah.
What's that? 12 more rounds? No, just joking. So that is the draft tonight. That was the best supporting actor nominees. You'll be seeing some of these familiar faces popping up. We'll do the supporting actress, actor picture. Yeah, they'll see the idea. So after let's see all of them. But yes, we'll have some of these familiar faces back here for that. Well, for now, we'll give plugs the parting words. And also, if you have one or two more honorable mentions, throw them out there too if you'd like. But yeah, Dan, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I don't have any honorable mentions. I think you guys all said a lot of my list. I was checking them off as you guys were saying them on my list. I was getting down to the nitty gritty on my list. I had to really dig deep there to get to the ones I got at the end. But yeah, you can find me at my name, Dan Skip Allen, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, X, whatever you call it. Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Letterboxd, any variation of DP, Skip Allen, or from thefourthrow.com. Also, you can find me at I'm the owner, editor-in-chief, and head film critic from thefourthrow.com, where I have all kinds of TV shows, movie reviews, anything you want to look for a movie review on. I'll have more than likely I'll have the review on my site. I have 4 writers that write for me, and they all do a great job. Do TV shows. We also do awards coverage. This is an awards episode of Draft Day, and so you can get my From the Golden Row articles on there, and any of my interesting thoughts about awards with Malcolm Lay over on Gone with the Wind, which we have been doing weekly episodes of that. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because there's really nothing to talk about right now for a few more weeks. I'm over on Rank 'em sometimes with Malcolm. I'm over on the Movie Hero Network with Jordan and Austin and them guys. Some of these guys pop up once in a while, and it's a lot of fun over there talking movies. Also, I was part of creating a game show called Movie Mutations, and I had an episode of that where we are mutating Rocky. So we'll see when that episode airs. I'll share it around and let everybody watch what we mutated Rocky into. It was a fun time. But it's not what you expect. But yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm over at the Dill Pickle Network sometimes for Best Picture This, which is another award-centric show. So you can find me all over the interwebs.
Steve, blood parting words and the honorables.
Yeah, I have 4 honorable mentions. I have Cody Smith McPhee for Power of the Dog, Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Judd Hirsch for The Fablesman. I thought those were mentioned. They should have been mentioned. But whatever. In terms of plugs, check out right here, Mesa Media One. You can check out on Facebook, YouTube, X. You can also check out my stuff on S Mesa 85, which my Catherine O'Hara tribute reel has been blowing up. I'm in the 100,000s, 800,000s views, and I think 137,000 likes. So yeah, go ahead and check S Mesa 85 and follow me and repost, post on your story thing, so that way we can boost that number up. Hopefully, get to 1 million. Let's hope.
Jacob Barber.
Yeah, just to couple honorables. Barry Kogan from Banshees, I thought was also really good, and Tom Hardy from The Revenant. I thought he was really solid. Not a lot of plugs. I pop up here from time to time, and if you're in the state of Washington, come watch me do comedy sometimes, and go Seahawks.
Yeah, Steven?
I don't really have anything to plug, but as far as
Get that out of here.
but as far as honorable mentions, I mean, I loved Michael Shannon in Nocturnal Animals, Paul Raci in The Sound of Metal, and Ciarán Hinds in Belfast.
Hell yeah. Also throw out, we already mentioned, Ed Norton also was really good in Birdman. Kevin Spacey and All the Money. No, hold on. This is Christopher Plummer and All the Money in the World. Yuri Borsaroff of Honora. He was a surprise that year, but he's fantastic in that. I don't know if he's done much since, but and again, Mahershala Ali and Sam Rockwell also, and J.K. Simmons, all also almost being double mentioned because I really like them in Green Book, Vice, and Being the Ricardos, respectively. Yeah, so for Steven, for Jacob, for Steve, for Dan, let us know in the comments who you might have been like your first round draft pick. If there's even some of the honorables that you thought should have been mentioned, let us know that. Let us know who you think picked the best here, who had the best draft. We'll also throw that out in the poll here pretty soon and have you vote for that. And stay tuned. We got tournament matches. We got some more drafts in the next few weeks. Also, stress with shenanigans because, hey,